Drake May airmailing a wide open tight end to give, I believe it was Geno Stone, former Raven great and now current Bengal, a pick six. Marcus Jones getting one back later on. That is Marcus Jones' second pick six in his career against the Bengals. No less. Your Patriots win 26-20, but it was not a great game by any stretch. And the result, yes, a W. Yes, it's impressive they get to 10 wins. Yes, they've won 9 in a row. Yes, they are undefeated on the road, but you have to wonder about the long-term success or potential of this team. One of the many questions that we had entering this game, how are you going to feel about this team's chances as a contender? Do they actually live up to the moniker of best team in the AFC, or are they Foxborough Fool's Gold? We're here to entertain all of that with you guys at 617-779-7937. First off, we go to one of our favorites, Vinnie in Revere. Welcome to the postgame show, my guy.
Thank you, fellas. Man, that game gave me fits like Nick Stevens. But let me tell you something. I got the homer side. I got the reality side. And the reality side is telling me we're going to get our teeth kicked in Monday night next week. And we're going to go to Baltimore. I mean, Buffalo's going to come to town. It's going to be a hard-fought hell. And then Lamar's Lamar. And then it's going to be – everything's going to even out in the AFC. So it's going to be up for grabs. As a football fan, it's incredible. As a Pats fan, I'm like, okay, man, here we go. What's next?
Who knows, Vinny? Who knows? You know, I got to tell you, I never know what's next whenever you call in, my guy, but I appreciate the emotional roller coaster that each and every one of your calls to the postgame show represents.
Yes. It's just, I live and die with this team, fellas.
That's why you're one of the best fans.
Bridge last year at this time. Last year I was on the Tobin Bridge this week. I was on the Tobin.
They got 10 wins now. They got 10 wins.
Oh, I think last year. I said last year at this time.
Right.
That's what I mean. So no bridges. No bridge talk.
Yeah. Yes. No bridge talk.
No bridge talk at all. Thank you, Vinny. Appreciate the call. Man. It was a great game, Vinny. Thank you very much for the call, my guy. Here's the thing. You have to sort of put it, there's a recalibration that may have to take place on the long term. You do have to appreciate the accomplishment of 10 wins, of 9 wins in a row, of gutting through a game where the other team didn't just roll over and die, where you fought through the injuries and survived all the way down to a 4th and 10 sling from Flacco at the 35 heading towards the end zone. And maybe Marcus Jones got away with one on Gesicki, but oh well. I don't think any official is going to feel badly for Mike Gesicki, just like I don't expect any football fan to feel bad for the Patriots. So there are some tremendous accomplishments there that are due their deference and respect from all Pats fans and football fans alike. But you do now have to wonder, okay, how does this affect the long-term outlook? How does it right now at 5 o'clock on Sunday, 45 minutes after the completion of this game, how do you feel about the Patriots' long-term potential postseason outlook?
Significantly lower than I did around 1 o'clock when this game started. I don't know how you can't. The guy we said can't get hurt, got hurt. Like, that's the reality of the situation. And I love that football is the greatest team sport. And I'm already reading online. People are telling me this is where Josh going to earn his money and he's going to get Vidarian Lowe to be good enough and all. Like, God, I hope so. I hope so. But the reality is the guy who we said was most imperative to staying healthy and winning did get hurt. So, you know, if I was getting greedy and thinking you were going to be the 1 seed and you were going to have a shot to, hell, go to an AFC championship game, maybe beyond, I have to decrease that. I'm not. What did Vinny say? They're going to get stomped on Monday night against the Giants.
Yeah, I guess the way Famous Jameis played in the bag of tricks that Mike Kafka pulled out today against the Lions has him shaking in his boots for a reckoning in 8 days.
I'm not there. I'm not there at all. I just think it's going to be much more difficult to hang. I mean, I don't want to alarm you, but what's the last thing we talked about regarding the postseason on Friday on WEEI Afternoons? You remember what the last sort of topic that we brought up in our show for the week and for the show was? How scary the Denver and Houston defenses look with bookend pass. Yes, it was. Yeah. And we were talking about maybe we were missing the point. We're focusing too much on Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson getting his team right. How do we feel about Will Anderson and Donnell Hunter and what's his name in Denver. Like, how do we feel about those? Now you have to feel even worse about those guys because that could be Vidarian Lowe, who's lined up across from Will-In. And I didn't mean to ruin your night even more. The flip side of that is, not to go all like, 30 for 30, but what if I told you on Thanksgiving Day you were going to have 10 wins? You would have been happy. You would have been happy. You wouldn't have cared. And you're like, wait, there's more. And you're like, nope, don't care about the rest of the story. They have 10 wins. I want to chew on that for a little bit. And I'm like, but you lost your bet. Nope, I don't want to hear what happened. Like, you have 10 wins on Thanksgiving Day. 10 wins.
So got it. So I got a text message from a friend who's listening to the show live in North Carolina. Last I looked, an ugly win is still a win. Yeah, it was Jordan. The text reads, "Hey, I'm suing Pablo Torre. Also, 10 wins is 10 wins."
Yes.
Last I looked, an ugly win is still a win. Nobody right now. And, thanks to the Chiefs, the Chefs knock off the Colts 23-20. So there you go. You got that going for you, which is nice. The New England Patriots right now, without overreacting to the injuries or the sluggish play from the Pats at times today, hey, those other guys that line up against them, they get paid too. They do have 10 wins. They are the number 1 seed in the AFC. It's just that, I don't know, some cracks in the armor today, maybe some hiccups in the engine, a couple of stumbles along the way to the door.
That's football.
I don't know how best to describe it.
Right? No, it's not meant to be easy. It's like a marathon, right? There's hills and there's turns and there's cramps and your emotions, everything, right? This is a marathon season, battle of attrition, whatever cliche you want to use. Tom Brady saying it's 100% injury rate. I did think, though, if we were going to take something away from the tone of the press conferences that we should probably delve into, your head coach is angry, and your quarterback kind of seemed like you wanted to cry. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm just laughing because it kind of struck me that the head coach was yelling at the media and had like a DB kind of edge to him. He said the S word. And he knows you're not allowed to say the S word on live television.
And he was the first one, so let it be known in case that slipped through and anyone heard it on our streaming portals, YouTube, Twitch, Odyssey app, etc. That was not us nor our callers that first used potty language. That was your head coach because he was frustrated. And Andy, to the ends of Hey Media, thanks for talking about the injuries. Methinks he was talking about bad.
Wait, so does he really believe that I won't use the word that he used, but I want to use the word that he used. Does he believe that bleep matters? Because it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. So stop it, Mike Vrabel. Just worry about coaching your football team. Yeah, and don't worry about chastising the media.
Yeah, the bleep that's going to get you beat, and that's a phrase he's used frequently before, correct?
Yeah, and the bleep that'll get you beat, if you're so worried about Vidarian Lowe playing left tackle, you know what you probably should have done? Had a different person ready to be the backup left tackle. Like, if that's going to totally derail your season, then you and Ryan Cowden and Stretch and Elliott Wolf probably should have had somebody ready to go that you wouldn't be losing your mind when Will Campbell gets hurt. Because that's on you. You put the roster together. Sure. We all saw the lack of depth, didn't we?
Or you know what? The bleep that's going to get you beat, throwing pick sixes, missing wide open receivers for the first quarter and a half, having a stodgy, a very uninspired running game where your lead back, who looks noticeably faster than your primary back, that being Travion Henderson over Ramondre Stevenson, still averages under 3 yards a carry. You can't generate any push against the 32nd ranked rush defense, whether you have backups or not, and you have 11,033 chances to score a touchdown from the 1 yard line, and you can't drive it home.
But none of that is controllable. What is controllable is who the backup left tackle is. So either you believe in Vidarian Lowe, you believe that he's the best option to be your backup left tackle, or you don't. And if you don't, you know who had control over that? You did. There was a trade deadline. I remember getting laughed off our radio station when we did some stupid segment. I don't even remember what it was.
So many to choose.
There's a lot. But we did a segment where we each made a debate style presentation on who they should get at the trade deadline. And if you recall, I said tackle. I said, you're not going to make it through with Will Campbell and Morgan Moses as your tackle all year long. You should go get a better swing tackle. You should add to the depth at the tackle position. And if Mike Vrabel is freaking out because Will Campbell's out, then that's on you because you didn't add a depth left tackle. You go all the way back to the summer. You might have known that Vidarian Lowe wasn't good. You know how you might have known? Because apparently everybody on my timeline knew. Because everybody on my timeline thinks Vidarian Lowe stinks and you don't have a left tackle now. So if that's the concern, you've had months to work on it. So that's on you, Mike. Don't point the finger at us media because we did our jobs and talked about your team's lack of injuries.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like if you can't just sit there and say like, oh, people talking about like nobody said Klaatu, Barata, Nikto. Nobody, like, nobody was sitting in the dugout going, oh, we're throwing a perfect game. The whole idea of like theatrical,
you yelled at me last week.
Well, you literally said the dumbest thing in the history of the show, maybe the radio station, maybe all sports broadcasting. Gee whiz, I can't see how this would end terribly. And since then, Milton Williams to injured reserve. Now Will Campbell may be gone for the season. The rest of the team got banged up. The Patriots won a game that at times they had no business winning. They barely survive, and they play their worst game of the season, and Drake May showed himself to be human and vulnerable. But aside from that, you nailed it, dude.
You make a fair presentation. I mean, since I uttered those words, their biggest free agent addition and their number 4 overall pick both left the team. So I don't really believe in karma and words mattering, but it really feels like karma and words matter.
One more call, and then we'll catch a break. We're a little behind. That's okay. Obviously, the game ended late, and there's a lot to discuss, and we're all caught up in our Foxborough fields. Of course, we're going to go down all the way halfway across the world and to the future. That is tomorrow. It's Monday in Australia, and here is Jake. Jake, you doing all right today? A, did you take care of that snake in the front yard? And B, how are you holding up today, friend?
I was going to say, sorry for starting that F train last week. That got out of hand real quick.
That escalated.
Everyone jumped on that. And no, the little bugger got away. Oh. But at least we didn't let the game get away today. That's the main thing. We got to win. But it's a bit rough looking ahead. I'm starting to hope that maybe Lowe, Brown are jumping on the train with everyone else with the what's the word I'm looking for? The excitement, the buy-in. They've bought in like everyone else, and we see them playing a lot better than we did last year.
If Mike Vrabel is the genius that we believe him to be, the coach that, as Andy Reid said before the game in Diana Rossini's News and Notes column, that he and Patrick Mahomes hate playing the most because of his creative and tenacious defense. If he's able to get everyone to buy in and play their best ball the way they've been playing, and he can do that with the Vadarian Lowe's and the Ben Browns and the other various cast-offs and backups of the world, Jake, then he deserves coach of the hell, man. Just give him the keys to City Hall and 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
I mean, that's all we've got to hope for at the moment because we are going up. We're on the top of the roller coaster. We're slowly coming back down, but hopefully we get that back up again shortly.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Jake, thanks for checking in as always, bud. The next game will be on a Monday night, getting over at 11 o'clock. Not sure if we'll have a chance to talk to you that following Tuesday, but have a happy equivalent to whatever they do for Thanksgiving in Australia.
I will, guys, and same to you. Happy Thanksgiving to all you Pats out there.
All right. Thanks very much, Jake. Take care of yourself. Jake from Australia checking in on the Six Rings postgame show. 617-779-7937. Quick break. When we come back, more of your phone calls, and we'll start asking some of the necessary questions like, what did this game do for your belief in Drake May as an MVP frontrunner? What did this game do for you as a Patriots fan in your belief as the Patriots as a contender? And what will the Fool's Gold crowd be saying tomorrow? We'll do our damnedest to man the wall and push back against all that negativity, but there also will be some negativity here at the end of the 5 o'clock hour. It's Hart, it's Fitzy, producer Zach Coe in the studio, and you here on the Six Rings postgame show.